Okay, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you how you can create easy melodies and chord progressions inside of FL Studio. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to go through is scale highlighting. So right now I've come up to this drop down, gone to helpers, scale highlighting, and then here I am. So right now mine's set on automatic, which means I can put down any sort of sequence and it'll show me what notes are in key. So I'll show you. So all of the white notes are in the correct scale. So if I wanted to put, say, this one here, it sounds fine. But if I was to move one here, it wouldn't sound as good. So that is very helpful to have automatic. But as you saw earlier, there are so many other options. So I'll take it off automatic and I'll set it to minor melodic. So get rid of that. So by default it's on C. We can come to these helpers, scale highlighting, and we can come down to any of these we want. So I might do F. So all of these white ones will be in the correct scale. So what I'll do, so really quick I'll cook up some chords. So what I'll do, I'll come to this root note here, this G, then I'll look at the white notes only. So I'll go up 1, up 2, and then up 3. So just moving up by one white note every time. So 1, 2, and then the third one there. So I've got that there. Now I'll start here and go up to the first white one, and then the second one on E, and this is what it'll sound like. So you can repeat those steps for each of the root notes and you'll have a nice little chord progression. So now I've done that for all of these, but this third one is sounding a bit off, so I'll play it through now. It's still technically fine, but it's just not sounding how I like it. So what I'm going to do is called an inversion. This is where I'm going to take any of the notes, so it could be any of these, but I'll start with the top one. Well, actually I only do the top one because that one is not in between any of the already played notes. And I'll move that down a whole octave. And as you can see, it lines up perfectly with these Gs. Now you can go way further with these inversions. Like, I could bring this D down to match that one. But it's all about, the theory behind it is that you want the transitions between each chord to require as little finger movement as possible. So it'd actually be better to bring that up there. But regardless, it will make it sound better the lower amount of finger movements you have to do. So to go from there to there, that's a lot harder than going from there to there on a keyboard. So I'll play that now for you with the fixed version. So that was very easy to cook up that chord progression. A couple of extra things you can do. You can take the root notes down another octave, or you could take them up an octave even. You can also take the middle notes, the middle notes, and take them up an octave. I'll take the root notes back down. So the reason it was sounding so weird, this change, is because these two middle notes here, then here and there, are on the same note. You don't want to run into an issue where you've got this that is also your root note. So it's fine, it just sometimes sounds a bit weird, which is why we were hearing issues earlier. But now here's what this should sound like. So that's fine. You can use those scale highlighting helpers to create something in any scale pretty much. I'll set it back to automatic for now. Take those out. And I'll come up with something new using the stamp tool. So I might go for a major 7th in G. So what that does, gives me every note in the scale. So what I can do, I can drag this up, duplicate that up and down one. Then I'll come over here, cut it, paste it, then mute this track. And they're called ghost notes. It pretty much does the same thing as the scale highlighting, except it's more a manual way to use it. It's the same thing, it's all up to personal preference. Doesn't matter what you want. I'll create a little sort of root note melody chord progression. That should be alright. Now I'll bring this one up. Yeah, so I'll just go white spots again because I've got this on automatic still. So this should all be in key. So I'd bring it up. 1, 2, was it 3? Yeah, so I just bring it up 2 and then 3 for a major. That's what this should sound like. Not sure why that's off, might move that there. Okay, so I think I might have just counted wrong. Actually, I don't think I have. I think I've done some sort of inversion there, some highly technical thing. Again, this just proves more and more that it's a lot to do with ear. Just what sounds right. You don't need music theory. Like, you can tell that this transition sounds wrong. But if I move it up here, it just sounds so much more pleasing. So over time, if you don't have that already, you'll develop that fairly quickly just by placing down notes, putting some notes over it, and then just repeating that until you can do it incredibly quickly. Just create large chord progressions. So that sounds really full on. If I strum it or something, that'll sound crazy. So if you could see how quickly I could create something that sounds really nice and big and lush just by moving those root notes down an octave and taking those middle notes, moving them up an octave. Just creates this big chord progression that you can put a nice little melody over, and you've already got the highlighting sort of thing going, so in key. So that's very easy, just using those notes you've already got highlighted there to help you out. So there you go. Those are my 2 tips to create chord progressions very easily inside of FL Studio. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.